Welcome back to Comic Book ASMR. Today we're going to be doing a flip through a rather older art book. It's The Art of Captain America, the First Avenger. So yeah, at this point, since I've been doing the channel for a while, I'm running out of nice little art books like this to do. So the videos between the hauls have been harder to make because I don't have many resources outside of just the regular books to show. So this one in particular actually got before we moved up here to the Seattle area. And yeah, so I've had it for about 10 years. And all of these Marvel Studio books are really, really nice. I was fortunate enough I got this, I think, for half price whenever it came out. There's a few pages with some damage. But yeah, Captain America is my favorite Marvel character. There's a lot of great Marvel heroes, but he's been my favorite. And him and Batman are tied for my favorite superhero ever. And so, yeah, so this image right here, I remember this was like one of the first promotional teases when they announced the Captain America movie. So I remember looking at this and just being super impressed and excited that they were able to make the suit look believable and kind of, work in some military aspects of it with like the padding and the, all the stuff that makes it tactical. So yeah, since the books and stuff are waning, if you really want to help the channel, I do have a new PayPal specifically for this channel. So I have a link below for that. So if you just want to drop whatever in there and say, hey, specifically use this for this book I want to see or whatever, that'll really help me out. I've been doing this for 5 years and money's getting tighter and tighter, unfortunately. And I'm running out of stuff to show off. So that's why I don't have anything in between a lot of the Saturday hauls to show off, is because I'm running out of stuff. So in some of the few things I have outside of just the books themselves, which in general readings don't perform well. So I don't know if they would do well. Like I have a few of the Modern Masters books, but most of them are in black and white with very few actual images in them. So I'm thinking about maybe doing a few of them, but I think if I just kind of did a flip through of them, that would be much shorter videos, because there's like a lot of typeface and not a lot of images. They're good books, but not so great for visual stimulation. So we can address the book here. Yeah, so we see a lot of the classic Joe Simon and Jack Kirby art here. I do have a Joe Simon original piece of Cap art hanging on my wall. When Cap died, he was at cons, and I acquired it through someone's selling they were doing. So that's like, my prized possession. It's pretty awesome. It's just him doing like the standard salute thing. And yeah, I love how they're really able to capture like the Americana and stuff like that in the movie, and even adapt to, the suit traditionally, how it's been looked at, even though this isn't accurate either because it doesn't show the scale mail. But it's still fun. So, yeah. But, yeah, and I remember this moment in the movie here. And he punches out, the fake Hitler behind him. But yeah, I think I just flipped through this like whenever I first bought it. I don't think I've looked at it since. Same goes for like the movie and everything like that. Most of my stuff, it's usually like one and done for me. Even things I really like, it's a lot rarer for me to come back to it unless it's something like really trying to scratch some nostalgia or, share something with my kids or whatever. Yeah, then we have the World War II Cap here in a more tactical way too. really reminiscent of the Ultimates cap from World War II. And a lot of the initial stuff with the MCU really was kind of borrowed from the Ultimates line that was going on at the time. So we see a lot of heavy influence with that. And then, yeah, I love how they were able to incorporate the stripes through, like, the straps there. And there's all the different mask options. Yeah, and it was pretty great. Like, I really can appreciate how they went into this movie and really tried to tailor make everything based upon the source material. And even stuff that was kind of newer, like, you know, the Hydra grunts and things like that. It all just worked very well. I would definitely love to see more with the Red Skull in the MCU. You know, I was surprised, like, Loki's still kicking around, but, you know, Red Skull's on some random island in a tattered up robe guarding a stone. It's kind of random. I just wish they would somehow find a way to bring him back to Earth and make him a bigger threat. Because, yeah, he's a staple villain for sure. We haven't really had that many major villains in the MCU. Wait for Doctor Doom any day now. So a lot of these are just really intricate painted scenes that are in the movie. Just kind of setting up mood and lighting, I would say. I thought it was interesting how they were able to weave in elements of, like, the Thor stuff too with it. I'm glad even with the Red Skull's face, how they were able to make it look more comic book like too, and they didn't lean in this direction for the realism of it, you know. That they did a really nice job. I don't like how they explain the disfiguration though. Oh yeah, it's like just the embodiment of his evilness or whatever. Like, dude, it's always been a mask. Well, for the longest time. Eventually they had some stupid crap with him getting exposed to gas and all this sort of stuff, but anything outside of just the initial mask work is just kind of funny to me. Arnim Zola, I'm glad we were able to see, like, the digital version of him in the Winter Soldier movie. I hope one day he gets, like, his full robot suit too. If you play the Captain America video game that came out from the movie, that's like the final boss fight as a giant Arnim Zola robot, like, with his head in it and stuff. So, and that was a pretty good game too, honestly. I mean, it borrowed a lot of, like, the button layout and stuff from the Batman games. And so that's kind of a nice one. And you get to fight, like, Madam Hydra and things like that. So, and I think Strucker's in there too. So yeah, I would definitely like to see more Cap villains and stuff. And, you know, even if it is Sam Wilson fighting him, still bring him into the fold, you know. So yeah, here's kind of like, I guess these are the flamethrower Hydra agents here. I had, like, all the toys for this movie too, and then I had to make rent, so I had to sell everything. That was like when we moved out here initially. full part of it was actually I impulse bought Comic-Con tickets, and then I had to sell other stuff in order to pay bills, so that was the trade-off there. But what can you do, right? Like I had all the Captain America movie toys, all the Avengers movie toys, early Funko stuff like the Assassin's Creed ones they had, and this mountain here, this is pretty cool. Had like a Piccolo Figma, and then like Mario Figma. So, I mean, those two alone are like normally $75 figures or whatever, and I think I got like 100 for my lot or whatever. So not great, but we were able to pay everything, so. It's Peggy Carter. Which, yeah, it's funny, they didn't realize at the time that they really modeled her after the Kevin Maguire limited series of Captain America that was done. I like read it in a comment like way after the fact. I was like, oh wow, I guess visually, yeah, she really does. I don't even remember if her name was actually Peggy and stuff in that book or not. I don't think she was. I think it was just she ended up being like a sleeper agent or something. And Howard Stark's a lot of fun. Exactly how you would expect him to be, you know. The Commandos here. And yeah, they did well with them too. Like, I just really enjoyed the respect for the source material and everything. Although they didn't get much time in the film, it was still nice that they were included. World's Fair section. Of course, Stark Industries has to be there showing off. Here's early Skinny Steve with his CG'd head on the bony body. But I think Chris got even bigger as he continued to play Cap, like muscular-wise. I know, like, his fighting style progressed through the series, too. Here's the bits of it there, looked like the showdown. There's the shield. Very cool. I always wonder, like, how much of it they had fully formed when they sat down and they made these movies, you know? Like, if it was always their intent to, you know, do Black Panther and all that, with, you know, the now I'm blanking on the name of the element. I think it's not not vibranium, it's the other one. Yeah, I can't help wonder that if, the earlier movies failed, if they still would have just stubbornly pressed on, or, continued to build out like they did, or just kind of put a bow on it, Oh yeah, no, vibranium is, because I was like, oh, the other one's adamantium. Yeah, for the longest time in the books, it was always just Cap Shield was adamantium. And then they added in the vibranium mix. I believe specifically in the movies, I don't remember that being mentioned in the comics for, I don't know. So glad we didn't get a solid red stripe across Cap's middle there. And the custom of writing on the bombs. And that one's not even a bomb, actually. No, that's just the drone there. Although they did write on the bombs too. Here's more of the vehicles here. Train here. There's the car door shield. Star taxi cab. A little storyboarding here. Some of the movie posters, heavily inspired by Steve Epting's art. I love this one here by Paulo Rivera. It was for the crew members. He painted this poster for him. But yeah, here's the Epting-inspired image used for the standard poster. And then I'm sure they'll, do they show it? Here's the digital short book. That was pretty good too. You didn't see the promo that shows like the Red Skull's head behind and everything, but that was used from the Captain America #1 Steve Epting cover. That made like the DVD box art and stuff. There's the back. And let me show you the front real quick. I wasn't able to do it and maneuver the camera, but yeah. That's it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Like I said, if you really want to help us out, hit that PayPal link. Let me know specifically what the funds are for, and I will buy that thing and make that video. Thanks so much, you all. You all have a super slumber. Thanks. Bye.